A tap on the door of her office, and there was Magda Summerleys. "Are you free now, Mrs. Abbot?" Magda was a study in the unremarkable. She wore dull brown clothes which did her no favours, and her pale pink blouse was finished with an old lady's pussycat bow. Her glasses were made of tortoiseshell-coloured plastic. She wore no makeup and smoothed her fair hair back behind her ears. It was springtime, when birds do sing, tra-la, but Miss Summerleys wasn't singing. No, her tense body language was saying something else. If Bea were any judge of the matter, capable 30-something Magda Summerleys was on the point of screaming. Her voice was high with tension. "Sorry to intrude. Piers said—" Bea repeated the words. "Piers said? You mean my ex-husband, Piers?" Piers was charming but unreliable, a man whose tom-catting had ended their short-lived marriage many years ago. They were friends after a fashion nowadays, and he earned a good living as a portrait painter of the fashionable and newsworthy. Bea stifled irritation. What on earth has Piers got to do with anything?
"I know. It's crazy. He said I'd be safe with you while he tried to find Lucas. I do realise it was a bad idea. Oh, you're busy. I'd better go."
Bea clutched at what she could understand of this. "I haven't heard from Piers for some time. Why did he say you'd be safe here?" Magda Summerleys wrung her hands.
"I don't know. Lucas went out for a haircut. We were to meet up at Piers's place. Lucas had an appointment with Piers to discuss arrangements to sit for his portrait, but he didn't return. Lucas didn't, I mean. Instead, his two nephews came looking for him. That is Lucas, calls them Tweedledum and Tweedledee, though that's not their real names, of course."
She made a despairing gesture.
"Oh, I'm burbling, and what does it matter what Lucas calls them? But they—"
She gulped. She pushed back the sleeves of her jacket to reveal as nasty a set of bruises as you might see in a month of Sundays. Someone had given her a Chinese burn. No, 2 of them, 1 on each arm. She took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and swayed. Bea thrust her into a chair. "Sit, put your head down." Magda sat, but kept her eyes tightly closed.
"I'm not going to faint. Definitely not. I despise women who faint."
Bea fetched a glass of cold water from the cloakroom and handed it to Magda, who managed to cup her hands around it and drink. Finally she opened her eyes and a little colour came back into her face.
"How ridiculous of me! Oh, what you must think!"
"Who gave you those bruises? And why?" Bea looked at her watch. How soon could she expect her ward to arrive for the weekend? Soon. "Look, why don't we go upstairs and have a sandwich and a cup of coffee? Then you can tell me what's going on."
"Sounds good. I'm so sorry to... but I didn't know what else to do."
She got to her feet, balancing herself by holding onto the back of the chair.
"If anyone comes, I'm not here, and you haven't seen me, right?"
Bea raised her eyebrows. "That bad?"
"That bad. And you definitely haven't seen a brown leather briefcase, right?"
"No. Well, I haven't, have I?"
"That's right, you haven't. Where shall I put it? A safe might be best, but they might look there."
Bea told herself that she was not dreaming. She was standing in her office on a bright spring morning. She'd conducted a series of interviews that morning. She was expecting her ward, Bernice, to arrive for the weekend from school any minute now. They'd planned a family visit that afternoon, to be followed by a trip to the theatre. That was what she'd planned. That was normal. This wasn't. "You want hiding place for a briefcase?" Magda nodded.
"There's no initials on it or anything. It could belong to anyone, but its contents—"
"Paperwork?" Magda shook her head.
"Jewellery."